Hello and welcome back to FTB Interactions. Now, this is very likely going to be the final episode of the series here, since the goal for today is to finish the modpack. So, in between episodes, I've gotten pretty much all the stuff needed for the creative storage key. Here, this was a combination of all my different automations that I set up during the series, because I had to make 96 surviving cores in total, and it was actually pretty easy since it was basically just a buffer issue for most things. Like, for example, this fiber reinforced polysilicon was just a buffer issue. I was just had to make it a bit bigger. Same with silicon rubber foil. And pretty much everything else was very easy to make. So I've got 16 awakening cores and 2 chaotic cores. That's 6 awakening cores in total. Alright, so now we're gonna have to get the final pieces in place. So it's gonna be the Aurelia artifact, the Euclid's Prime artifact, and the storage key. So I have a storage key over here. And let's head over to the space station. And grab the artifacts from the work door. And now let's say goodbye to this space station. Really amazing stuff here. Just a slab of cobblestone in the middle of it. Alright, so the artifacts are in place. Now I've started up all the crystalline alloy in between episodes. I just threw some blazing vanadium in there and melted it up. And the last part is gonna be 16 buckets of primal mana and 12 buckets of PTFE. There's the primal mana. Let's throw in the PTF here. And the primal mana here. And finally the multi-crystalline alloy in the final slot. And now we just have to upgrade the power on this thing. So I'm gonna swap this out with 2 ZPM energy input hatches. Then connect them up with some superconductor cables. Now I really hope this doesn't blow up. Bring the backup just in case. Alright, so I just have to rotate it. Maybe replace the flock point. No boom? Okay, no boom. Yeah. Okay, so now this is at UV energy. Now, I don't actually think I'm producing enough power for this. So I might have to do a little bit of cheesing with the soft hammer. Alright, so let's know the stuff. So, first things first, it's gonna be the Infinity Block, then Neutralium, then Awaken Cores, Yo Generators, Chaotic Cores, Wetware Mainframes, a Storage Key, a second backup now, then the Aurelia Artifact, and the Euclid's Prime Artifact. And go. Yeah. Wow, it's not even able to make a single percentage of progress. Yeah, that's a problem. What if I had another frag point? I don't have power storage on this. Is that gonna work? Let's see. 1. Let's see if it goes up to 2. Nope. Alright, well, I figured out that I can at least do a slight amount of progress if I just click it again, and to repeat. I don't know if this is a Bible stat, but maybe I'll just do it. Ah, look at this. I'm a smart guy. So I set up a timer here on Adria 686 with a redstone conduit with a toggle latch filter, and I'm just using a machine cutter in order to turn this thing on and off. And in just a second it's gonna turn on. The power is gonna go down almost to the bottom, then it's gonna stop. Again. And again. I'm so happy I actually thought of this. Otherwise I was just gonna sit here and just click with the source camera like for a pretty long time probably. Anyway, so I'll see you guys in about like, I don't know, 30 minutes. This thing actually finishes crafting. I'm still in shock that this actually works. How cheesy is this? I bet that I was actually supposed to make this energy core and use it to store power for this thing. Let's see, is it gonna work? Well, more cycle. Okay, one more. One. Oh, there you go. Finished. Okay, you can take these out now. And that's it, right? That's great start, key. I don't get a do for this. Okay, things aren't over yet though, because I'll still need to complete this chapter. So I'm thinking of just making a couple of these on camera just to show you how my process is going to be. And after that, maybe I'll just make all the other stuff in montage or something like that. So I guess one thing I want to start off with is the creative energy cell for A2. So I'm gonna need dense energy cell like stone matrix, Thaumcraft and iridium glass, and then a veg block. So now what I want to do first is make a barrel. And I guess go right over here. So you have to make a second one. So now if I click it with the creative torch key, this becomes a creative barrel, and I can get however many items I want. So like theoretically I don't even need to actually get stuff first. Okay, so first things first, I have to make a dense energy cell. There we go. Now I believe you can just throw it in one of these barrels. Or not. Why not? Does a copper work? Huh. No, I guess. Actually, I want to try something. Can I put this in like this? Yeah. Aha. Oh, now it works. Okay, I get it. Aha. I understand. So I have to add the items in first and then make it infinite. Alright, so I actually want to set up a volumetric press recipe for a crystal matrix. Just gonna be one, but anyways. So if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I need to make 10 of these 1000 mil bucket packs. Right, because one of these request a bucket. Okay, now when I request it, it's gonna throw all the items in this buffer right here. Then using the conduit, it's gonna go into here. Actually, first I have to clear out the argon. I'm missing nether stars. Oh, I guess I am. Okay. For some reason, this recipe doesn't work and it gets stuck. I don't know why. I still get the nether stars, but the recipe is not recognizing them. So let's try it again. Now in just a second, yeah, the liquid star is gonna come in here. And then the recipe is gonna be fulfilled. And now I'm just gonna make this into blocks. And to be honest, I don't even think this is actually worth putting in a barrel. Yeah, because literally this is the only recipe left. So I need to make one of these electronic energy orb clusters. And this could need some europium, which I think we already have some black locked. So I can just throw it in the barrel here and it gets infinite amount of it. Alright, so let's grab one of these. Was still missing? I just set the recipe for that. Okay, fine, let me fix it. Yeah, there's one of the things that I hate about Python logistics is just some recipes just don't work properly and I don't know why. Yeah, there you go, now it works. Weird. Okay, so the electronic energy orb is finally done. Click and throw it in here. I get a couple of those. And craft myself a great energy cell. Alright, that's one quest. So let me go down there to hit. I guess I can just replace these guys. There we go, now my system doesn't even need a power input anymore. Alright, so now I think I'll throw it down to a montage where I craft all the other cage items on this list. And then I'll probably come back and say a final goodbye to the place. Alright, just one more thing. Glitch infused ingots, dark matter, a wetware processor, pristine ender matter, pristine blaze matter, pristine thermal elemental matter, and a deep learner. And there. That's the great moto learner. And that should be the final quest. Well, there we go. We're completely done. And as a reward, I get an FTB chicken. And what does this make? Clay. Of course. So let's put the trophy right here. Maybe get a little selfie with everything. And there we go, that's the final part. I'm still wearing the draconic armor because it's better for just flying around because their sinners are a cancellation. And the FAG armor is too fast. Like, how do I control this? Where is this? Okay then, so now I think it's time to do just a little bit of a base tour before I finish up everything. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to completely finalize all the builds, but I won't be able to record for a couple days after this, so I'll just have to do it now. So, starting off, here in the Void World, that's where I started the pack. And I've got my Thaumcraft stuff, my essential smeltery, the workbench, and the Thaumatorium, as well as the infusion altar over there. And the reason I put the stuff here is because, well, honestly, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Thaumcraft. I sort of like it a bit more in this pack, but I'm still not that much of a fan, so, you know, we just get a cobblestone platform and that's it. So I also have a water stainless over here. I set this up in the very first episode, and they're still here. Now I have my advanced reactor stuff over here, building rockets, and a setup to make antimatter. There's a tutorial for the quest book. And yeah, that's about it. So now let's move on to this cave over here, which I hidden for at least a couple episodes in the beginning. It was sort of my base. There's a chest monster here. I do this every time. I basically just make myself a cave and just throw everything inside. Actually, there's one more trophy over here that I should move over. Just can go over there. So there's a couple things left over here, like the alchemic condenser. I get my melter over here, seared furnace, and eventually I just remodeled it into a portal area. So I have another portal over there, and my end portal over here. Simple stuff. Now actually, you know what? I should actually get rid of this. Okay, so here I have a farm here that I use basically to feed myself until I got the Astral Sorcery perk for better food, and I haven't eaten basically since then. I have a couple of sheep over here. I have more, but a blood magic creature killed them. Over here I have a bridge that takes me over here that I think I'm going to get a few mineral trees over here. You know what, now that I think about it, I should actually get rid of this. Just so the world looks nicer if I ever decide to come back and do like a retrospective. Anyways, now I can move on to my actual base. So I guess first things first, this is just a little early game black making setup. with these water powered saws. And I have a wheat farm over here that I need to make for chickens. And there was an Astral Sorcery temple that spawned right here. So as it converted into a 3 billion farm, my original idea was to actually build this lands right over here that was going to go into my Astral Sorcery altar here. But the range is quite limited. I think this is the max that I can do. So instead I just put my 3 beacon over here. And now it makes a couple different trees like Spectre and Rubber and Mineral. Just stuff that was could be useful. So moving out to the actual base here, my original plan was to actually have the entire base be basically just an array of these exact platforms over here. So with the 4 corners ism and the best in the middle here. But I decided to move away from there to the edge. So this is my very sophisticated chicken breeding setup. Really, I don't need any skills because the time in the bottle is way more than enough for this. And also, the GregTech machine is just don't really like tech acceleration, so there's not much to use it on for this. So I just kept a basic setup. I have a chest of chickens that I can use for breeding if I ever need anymore. And I also have a cache of eggs because why not? Over here I have my deep mob learning simulation chamber. Basically it's just to make a couple of these prestige metals that were pretty useful. Like Enderman and Wither Skeleton. At least they give you a lot per prestige matter, so you don't need to make too much. Now moving out to this platform, there's this Marley game Steam production setup that actually is still running and making steam. So it's got another 3 beacon with a 2x2 spruce tree. And this produces way more than enough wood. Keep these improved coke ovens working pretty much 24/7. And one of these makes charcoal and the other two make coal coke. And the coal coke goes inside this large bronze boiler, and that makes steam with the Noxus accumulator providing its water. And with that steam I was able to power some steam machines, and I was also able to power 4 LV steam turbines. So basically just had my LV machines just set up like this, because batch collecting is the name of the game for early game GregTech. So I could just basically just throw a couple stacks of copper in here, and then come back 30 minutes later, and I have a bunch of copper wire. And that's basically the whole project principle of this line here. In the back I have a couple more of these. Now that moving on, this is where a Python just gets into things. So this is my best line for LV. So basically I just have a bunch of LV machines producing me various materials. So let's start. You have chlorine and sodium, and this one is basically working 24/7 because I'm using trash cans in order to avoid the output. Now afterwards is the start of the oil setup. So first things, I have canola seed running through a chemical bath with blender resin, and it gets made into crystallized canola, which is just put in the cache. Then that crystallized canola goes over here in this mixer, is combined with oil to make crystallized oil. And from there, I think it's gonna continue on over there. Soldering alloy, and then glass subscore seeds and yttrium barium cuprate, and finally sterilized ghost meal. So all of that, along with the interface over there, match the executive channels. So I think it's ultimately a pretty efficient use of channels. Now over here I have a future graphic setup. So I actually have a redstone conduit on the bottom here that has a redstone timer filter, and basically giving this future graphic core redstone pulse every second. And that basically means that it starts to craft, and afterwards it gets fixed to the chest. And now here I have my miniaturization crafting. This is basically a 5x5 area. I had to make it 5x5 for I think I was synthetic catalyst. Yeah, and the rest was just 3x3 catalyst. Now over here, I have my oil distillation line. And along with that, I also have this fuel from the volumetric flask mod. And I also have an emperor bus on the ender chest over here. And the first thing that gives distilled over here is charcoal based products that I'm producing elsewhere. And that gets distilled into wood tar. I'm gonna call this wood oil, so the YouTube auto captions don't wreck me. And wood gas. I think this used for what was it? Acetone, I think. And this is used for distilling again into clear salt oil, phenol, benzene, and toluene. As you can see, the toluene is empty because I still have TNT production running. So now I have a continuation of the oil refining process over here. This chemical reactor is adding infected dust and crystallized canola, which started to make empowered canola. That goes in here with crystallized oil and makes empowered oil. And that goes into this distillation tower and is distilled into diesel, sulfuric naphtha, and sulfuric gas. So, and then the diesel basically goes through this whole process over here, which is a bunch of different chemicals, and eventually it becomes the infused nitrodiesel, which I still use quite a lot in the base, so I'm just keeping this running. And finally, I have a big distillation tower over here that is taking the sulfuric naphtha from over there, and it's running it through this process in order to steam crack it. And that goes through this distillation tower and then gets extracted out into a fluid subnet. And in here I have almost 7,000 buckets of ethylene, benzene, ethane, all that stuff. And that's basically it for this. So moving back over here, this is my main kind of terminal area. So I have my terminals, like all my crafting and interface terminals and stuff. I have a little bit of a Go port here that I update every episode. And over here the mess assembler. And this is basically just like a big crafting table. I only use this one channel. So yeah, I really love this thing. I also have a couple of chests over here. Basically, I just have a bunch of manual stuff just laying around here. And then here I have my enchanting setup. And actually, I didn't upgrade this with hair shells, but I didn't need to. I also have a a running chicken here that's producing XP. So I have 410 levels. Not bad. And finally, I have a surgery chamber from Cyborg over here, which I can use to make myself into a cyborg and give myself upgrades like night vision. Moving on, up here is my sorcery area. So I have pretty much everything. I have the GregTech altar, an achievement altar, a silent infuser, and I have this here, which is the sky cauldron, which is used as a way to charge draconium and make celestial crystals into perfect ones. Now I have my celestial gate world here. This one basically has a bunch of different destinations. So I have, for example, the moon and my space station and a couple of different planets. Won't go there since I basically haven't built anything there. Moving on, I have my assembly line over here, and I just added every single fluid that I needed. Because this really isn't used all that much in this pack, especially in comparison to a person to Nomi factory. I know in there I had to set up like quite a lot of these guys. Well, not to this pack. So going back over this way, I have a little platform here for an infernal deconglomerator, and basically this thing just uses a couple of different blocks, like especially endstone, and makes them into a couple of different byproducts and a fluid. So this was pretty much the main way I was making helium throughout the pack, and was my first way of actually making tungsten dust. Now going back over here, I have a couple of different Botania things. This was originally my entire Botania setup, but then I moved it. So over here, basically have a Petro Petunia that makes melee for two different things. The one is the Infernal Conglomerator, which requires a mana input, and also this Cliconia, which is just with this sand generator. So if I ever go down below 2000 clay, the generator starts, makes sand, and then the Cliconia converts it into clay. And whenever it goes over 1000, I just have a piston pushing up here and blocking it. Over here, I have my storage area. Now, this is basically mostly a holdover from when I used just pipes. So I have a bunch of caches here that I used for storage. But I stopped using them because otherwise it would get pretty expensive channel-wise. Unfortunately, there's no drawer control here. So I had to give every single one of these storage bus. But I still kept them since I think the ingots being laid around like this looks cool. Now the only thing that I actually have hooked up here is this pod of neutrons, and this is a setup I have over on another planet, which basically makes me a bus of neutrons, which I can then make into neutronium. And I have a trash can as a point of overflow. Next up over here I have a low integrated dynamic setup that basically takes this mana liquid, places it in here, then it drops a gold nugget inside in order to convert it into the nacre fluid. And the nacre fluid is used in order to make nacre blocks, which can be used in order to make slate for blood magic. Now moving on to this place. So I have my crafting spears for appointment just here. And on this wall I have a bunch of passive process using chickens mainly. So for example I have some network chickens, some other stuff, some manor chickens, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it will take too long to explain everything on this. Though I've just now noticed that I'm running low on methane. The why? One is on the next building cover, I have a urbastic system. So I basically have filters that can filter out either the ores that can be multiplied using the back special process. I have also have a filter for ores that can be multiplied. So the ores that can go into this chemical bath, they go up here into this chemical reactor, and that goes into this plasma furnace, and after that it goes into the mulch smelter. I have a video where I go more in depth on this thing. I'm just gonna go quickly over this. So yeah, I have macerators and then warship blends, macerators again, centrifuges, more shifters, pretty much everything I'll need. So I can just throw words in here, and then they'll be processed without any input by me. So moving back over here, this is my blood magic setup. So it's actually pretty bare bones, because actually pretty much the only reason to actually make the maximum tier blood magic altar is to convert the dragon cards from ice fire into the iconic evolution ones. But overall, the pack isn't very heavy on using slates and stuff. So, as you can see, there's quite a lot of empty space on this. I actually have a limiting setup over here, so I can basically just throw slates in here and they come back and they'll be done. Again, I expect more somewhere, but I don't remember where, honestly. Now over here I have a wither farming setup. And I've used the Astral Sorcery illumination one to make this glass be unbreakable. So it's actually contains the wither. So I just have a menu input setup. I throw my wither skeleton skulls in here and soul sand, flip the lever, and it makes a wither. Now in order to actually kill the wither, I'm using a Astral Sorcery setup, which is a max out basically Dissidia crystal. Yeah, it's tuned to Dissidia and has a trait of Alteria, which basically means that it will increase the effect of the ritual but reduce the range. So I have basically everything buffed up. I have a Callisto crystal here. I have a bunch of lenses pointing far back. This basically is as good as it gets. Then over here it goes into a Joe anchor, which is connected to this one over here, so it moves the ritual effect over here. And then the wither dies. Now below the pot altar, I have my Botania setup here. So I'm using a bunch of sparks in order to move the mana over from this pool into these. And then I have my Afghan portal over here. I also have a mana chester over here. Did end up actually using this too much. Now over here I have a alt crafting setup for the terrestrial agglomeration plate using these impulse hoppers. And these things are pretty cool. You basically just give them a filter of how many items you want. So, for example, I can increase diamond crystals and that sort of thing. And it will basically only move one set, or it's however many sets you give it. It's pretty cool. Now I also have a comparator over here, which basically gives a resistance signal to the input helpers and it turns them off. Now, unfortunately, it didn't actually work out too well. I had the dominant dognet on this spark, I think, which basically means that this will stay full but just will empty out. And the problem is that when there's only a single pool, this gas takes a long time, and for some reason the competitor doesn't detect the craft when it's too slow, and so it kinda breaks the entire system. So yeah, whenever I need to use this a lot, I had to request very specific amounts. They wait for all the mana to come back before I request even more. So unfortunately it didn't work out how I wanted. And so I had to look into some better methods in the future. Now over here I have kind of a temporary platform. So when I was using logistics pipes, over here this building was lagging a lot. And I was kind of scared that this chunk was gonna get corrupted. So I made a new platform over here. And I have a couple of chickens over here. Like the radon chicken and the body chicken. But yeah, now that I swapped over to a Python logistics, I can maybe take this down. But I'm done with the pack, so maybe in the future. Anyways, now let's move back over here. So this is kind of where the start of the base started changing a little bit. I put all my creature over here because I was kind of lacking a better place. I actually moved over to doing kind of a warehouse type build for all my machines. So the way you have this setup is pretty simple. Basically just have the output with the ports and then hit it with the range in order to allow input from output side. Just threw an interface on it. And it just works. So I have just a couple of machines here because most of them I moved over to head years. Now another thing I've set up here is all my blast furnaces. And basically all of these are kind of set up to be a passive process using level emitters and machine controllers in order to basically turn them off whenever I have enough of the materials that they are making. There are a couple that are set to be outcrafting, like these ones over here. But yeah, as you can see, most of them are just pretty much the same setup. And going underneath these, you have basically the same thing as the OV outcrafting line, as the OV best line over here. We have a bunch of different fluids being automated. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. I had this for MV, I had this for HV. As you can see, there's a lot of HV stuff. And I also have it for EV. So moving out to the HV outcrafting line. Pretty much the only difference in here is that I have a bunch of these multi-pack machines. So there's the implosion compressor, there's a blast furnace, a multi-smelter, a vacuum freezer, and a precision assembler. And I guess finally, this is kind of my EV line. I don't really have all that many machines in here. Yeah, this is kind of my problem when I built. I was just built things way too big. But hey, that's just how it is. So I have a couple IV machines over here. Also have an LUV machine over here. And that's it basically. Now also kind of a stamp to the top of these. I think it looks nice. I have to fiddle with that in quite a lot to actually get right. Alright, last couple of things now. So I have my felt fusion nuclear chamber over here. And I was basically using this in order to make steam and power a bunch of large steam turbines that I've now removed. But it helped also with power in the meantime. It's kind of why some of these machines are RV, like the mass radius and stuff. So, as a backside of this, I have 5 diesel engines, and these guys are basically the lifeblood of the base. In fact, I think it's actually still running off these. Because other than maybe a couple high power machines, everything like this line, I think, yeah, this line moves on the blue channel, which is only powered by this. And the reason I kept these around is because I can use them infinitely, basically, yeah? Because the turbines here, for example, they require rotors which have durability. Now, interestingly, these rotors haven't actually taken any durability damage since I put them in here. Like, it was probably about, what, like 30-40 hours ago. Yeah, so they haven't taken any damage. I guess I can move over to those. So the final platform over here is my fusion area to give the Mark 1 and the Mark 2 reactor. And I also made space for a Mark 3 reactor if I needed one. Right then. So I have the Mark 1 basically making helium plasma. Power these plasma turbines for power. And I use the Mark 2 reactor for, all kinds of things. As you can see on the bottles that I used it for neutronium and bunch of other ingots, lutetium and stuff. Alright, that is pretty much everything. So overall, I'm actually pretty happy with this base. I like how it turned out. I can try something new that I've never done before. Most of the time my bases are underground. So this is the first time that I've tried the above ground base, and I think it turned out quite nice. Sure, there are a couple things need to fix, but hey, it's one step at a time, right? So that covers just about everything, I think. I wanna thank you all so much for watching all my videos. This has been a really fun project to do, and I hope that you can join me for the next adventure. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go ask my boss for a promotion. Bye!